What's up, guys? Welcome to Breathe and Strive. My name is Martin. We're out here in Barcelona on a beautiful Saturday. Sunny. We're breathing in the fresh air. Just enjoying our time on planet Earth. Anyway, I want to talk to you guys about growth today, because a lot of us, well, actually most of us, define ourselves by how much you achieve in life. We define ourselves by our growth. And I think it's a really good thing to ask yourself, why is that? Why is it that we define ourselves by growth? Why is growth such an important thing in our life? Well, the answer is, and I want you to think about this, is that growth is constantly present in nature. Everything that surrounds us is constantly evolving. And I bring up nature as an example because the simplest way to perceive this is just simply looking at a tree and seeing it grow upwards and branching out into all types of different directions. And that's exactly how we grow as individuals. As we go through our lifetime, we find different things we want to make progress in, and we grow another branch here and we grow another branch there. But the interesting thing is that we don't only do this on an individual level, we also do this collectively. As groups, we also do this as societies, and we also do this with our relationships. And well, we do this as a species through evolution. We're constantly adapting to certain things and going forward and growing in a certain direction. Another interesting thing to ask yourself is, so if we grow and that is a part of our nature, how come that it's not just a constant flow of positive emotion that we experience? Why is it that we're not just consuming the food and consuming the information that we need and then growing naturally with absolutely zero adversities? Now, the answer to that question is because there's another rule in this universe. Well, the first one that we mentioned is that change is constant and things are constantly evolving. The second answer is that, to simply put it, there cannot be only a positive without an equal negative. So when you look at our world, there's always a positive and a negative. There's always two opposing sides. You just need to look at magnetic fields. You need to look at that we have the sun and the moon. We have day and night. We have a man and a woman. We have light and darkness, and so on. So that's simply the nature of this physical realm that we live in. So naturally, it is impossible for us to have a 100% positive experience without having at least some negativity in that experience, some adversity that we have to face. But that is something a lot of people perceive as a curse, but is actually a blessing in disguise. See, every single thing that you find in nature, and let's take a seed for example, when it starts growing, it always comes across obstacles. Let's see that this seed has fallen into the soil where the terrain is really rocky, or us humans laid some concrete on the top of the soil, so it's very difficult for the plant to grow. It's gonna figure out a way to grow between the cracks and break the concrete and come out stronger. That's actually what happens to us. A lot of individuals, including me, and most likely including most of you guys watching this video, have had obstacles in their life that hasn't made their experience all positive. And that's natural, and that's, believe me, is a good thing. So, let's take an example. Let's say I'm a young man and I come from an abusive family in a not so wealthy household. So all of my life I had to see my parents show me bad examples of how to live adult life. I didn't learn how to value women because of my relationship with my mother. I didn't learn how to be a man because of the image I had from my father, and all my life I had to listen to my parents and my family belittling me and just making me feel like I was not worthy. But deep down, I always knew I was worthy, because the truth is that we're all worthy. And we are all just a seed trying to break out of the rocky soil, go through the concrete, and go that certain direction that makes us happy. Every single adversity that I, as a young man, face in my difficult household, let's say a small town where there's not a lot of opportunity, I can choose to view that as a curse, and I can put myself in the position of a victim. I can choose to say, oh no, poor me, other people have it so much better. Why can I not be like other people? Why is it that I have to face challenges? Or I can choose to be a fighter. I can choose to be a winner and say, despite all of these obstacles, I'm gonna learn from them, I'm gonna come out stronger, and I'm gonna create something. I'm gonna give a value to the world. I'm gonna show that I am worthy. So at all times, we have two choices, because we are gonna grow no matter what. We are gonna grow in one direction or another. You can choose to grow in the direction of a victim. You can take the easy way out. Of course, everything is planned out for you. You can go to high school, you can go to college, you can take out a student loan, you can get yourself into debt, you can get yourself a big mortgage in a big house. You can follow the plan that was set out for you so you can be a good tax-paying citizen and not think about it too much and victimize yourself when it comes to the age of 40 and you say, hey, thing. Or you can actually choose to be a fighter and say, no, I'm gonna figure out my own way. I'm gonna figure out the direction. I'm gonna grow, and I'm gonna go. The direction you go is the direction you grow. So I invite all of you to choose the direction of a fighter. I invite all of you to choose the approach where you look at every single curse as a blessing. Another interesting thing is, in our society, a lot of people that we idolize and we look up to and we strive to be like, actually haven't got over their obstacles themselves. Why is it that a lot of celebrities, at least we hear, are in abusive relationships? Why is it that a lot of people hold so much wealth, still have addiction problems, still abuse things that shouldn't be abused? That can be substance abuse, that can be abusive relationships, that can be an abusive family. Now, you see, a lot of things that we strive to achieve by default when we are born into this world, into this society, are actually not a way to break through the concrete. They're actually a way to keep us under the concrete, just growing sideways and not growing upwards. I personally think that a lot of us would be happier if we just stripped away all that conditioning, if we just forgot what we were told we should be doing to be happy, and instead we started doing what truly makes us happy, right? Because that's real growth. I personally strive to grow in a direction that makes me happier, stronger, healthier, and more balanced. More in touch with my inner self, more in touch with the self that I didn't create, that wasn't created by external conditions, but that has always been there deep down. Because I know that self and yourself has crazy, unlimited potential. So once you start stripping away the conditioning, once you say, wait a minute, I don't have to live by the definition I was given, I can live by my own definition. That's the point where you start that journey of self-discovery, and you start the journey of seeking out things that are simply different than our standard. And that's gonna make you extremely happy. Our standard definition of manliness, for example, for whatever reason, our definition of masculinity has become someone who oppresses his emotions and simply has a careless attitude, very self-centered, provides for his family, but doesn't really provide for himself mentally or spiritually. I am trying every single day to break through that definition, and I invite you to do the same as well, because it simply has made me and has made thousands of other people very happy when we break through, start growing upwards. So, just to summarize it real quick, there's two laws in the universe you cannot fight against. You have to accept them and embrace them. One, change is constant. You are going to grow in a certain direction, whether you like it or not. Two, there is always a battle of opposites, a battle of light and darkness, a yin and yang. And you, my friend, have the ability to be the light and look at darkness as your friend, so you can use it to shine brighter. Hope you have an amazing day. Thanks for being with me. See you next time.